Hello viewers, welcome back. We are now looking at setting Ebitda limit. So what we are going to put in place is effectively what we want to put here is we want to put some conditional formatting across these bunches of cells. The cells that we want to actually put some conditional formatting are cells of F, these cells here, F35 to L35. Those are the values that we want to put in some conditional formatting in particular. So in particular, we want to highlight these cells and find where the Ebitda is over 110 million. So how can we be able to find from those areas? How do we able to identify that this Ebitda is above 110 million, and how are we going to differentiate that? So the only way to do that, we need to set that up. So the first thing that we are going to do is install a little input right here in this cell. We can install it in this cell, maybe in this cell D35. We can put it there in that cell D35, where we can input that threshold of 110 million, and then we can get the conditional formattings set up. Now, knowing that we are going to put an input in that cell D35, we could go up into these different cells, because we want to pick the formats that we have. We want to be consistent, so we need to put values there. But now we can put in, we can go ahead and grab some of these values from this point. We can maybe grab from this income statement section. We can pick some values from there. Maybe let's go by this value here, that one, because the other one is going to be an input. So since it is an input, we can pick any value from there. So let's just pick maybe F24. We go, hit Control C for copy, and then we grab that blue font, because we need that blue font cell to use the formats, and just do a copy. Then we can take it down to cell D35 is where we are going to put that value there. So we can now be able to do a paste in that cell. Can Control V just to paste that value there. So we have now pasted that value there. Now we want to put on that limit in that cell D35, which is 110. So let's put in that limit, 110. So we hit the F2 key, 110. So 110, we put in that 110. So that 110 is our input. That's why you are seeing us struggling to put it in blue. That's why we've copied the value from that F24 to get that formats, the blue font for that different cell. So we've put in the figure 110, which is our limit. Now we have a label right here for Ebitda. You are seeing from here, we have a label right there for Ebitda highlighted. But now we want to be more specific because we are now picking out values, but we want to be very specific in a sense that we need to tell exactly what we are looking for. We are looking for those values that are over 110 or that are above 110 million. So we need to put in the word over. Let's try to put the word over in cell D34. Let's just put that word just above that figure that we are limiting our Ebitda on. So what we can do, so we need to put that word over in that cell D34, just above our limit, so that we can be able to clearly highlight values which are over 110 million. And now maybe what we can do for, or what we should do for that word over, because we need also to have that, we can type it there, over, or we can go and copy and we paste it there. But for now we can just type it there. But what we need to do, we need to make sure that at least we bolden that word. Let's make it bold. Control B, just to have that bold. But now it looks a little bit unorderly because we are seeing the figures are left aligned and the values, the word over is left aligned. So it's a bit not in a right order. So we can also look at that. But at the end of the day, we are seeing that that word over, it actually stands out because it has been bolden. Our highlighted Ebitda is not bold, but at least for that, we've boldened that. Then secondly, we also need to make sure that at least that it looks more professional, in a sense that to the audience, it actually gives you the picture that this is actually something that we are looking at, and it is basically trying to project those values that are over. So we need to make sure that at least maybe we align those values, and we can also change that word to something, or we can change the formatting to that point. So it looks a little bit unordered. So we need to have something that we can add there. So it is not in order because we are seeing the word over is left aligned and the number right aligned. So let's first organize those two cells. So what we are going to do, let's first highlight those cells. Let's try to highlight those cells and we try to change the alignment. So we highlight with the shift key. This time around we are using the up arrow. So we are going to use the keyboard. We are not going to use the mouse, just to center line. We let them be in center, all of them, because these are inputs. They look to be inputs to our model. So we go to, remember aligning is within the home section of the ribbon. So we go to Alt H for home, and now we can see, if you head up right here where it says center here, you see there is a word, this is the center, but you are seeing there is AC, and that AC is the one that we are going to hit. C. And now we've seen that those words are center aligned. So those labels are now center aligned in their respective cells. Cell D34 and cell D35. So the other thing that we can also put is maybe we put something that is going to lead this cell to stand out. We can try to maybe change that cell to something nicer. We can also maybe try to add in there borders. We can just take a small little border for us to have that value in place. We can change the one in the input because the other one is already looking great. So we can change the one in D35. That is the figure, since it is already an input. So we put a little border around that cell D35 so that it can bring some attention to the readers or the audience. So from that cell D35, we can now go to, we are going to go to Alt. We hit the Alt key because we are putting in borders and we know the borders are from the home section of the ribbon. So we go to H for home, B for borders, and then we can go all the way down to the bottom here where it says M for more borders. M for more borders. And what you want, let's try to put something a little bit thin in nature. Let's put this, maybe the one at the bottom, or we can put the one at the top. Let's put the one at the top, that thin dotted line at the top left. And what we are going to do is we are going to tap this side outline, because we want this to be, because here we are seeing the sample, we want that thing to be surrounding that whole cell of D35. So we put it outlined so that it is out of that cell, not crossing within the cell. And then now we can go ahead and hit the enter key. So when you move out of that cell, you will find that we've put in something like that. We are putting that border in place. So it's now a little bit perfect. So since we have this little interface set up here, we can now highlight all the values over 110. So that's what we can do to make sure, because we have everything set up. What we need to do is we need to have those numbers that are going to be highlighted that are above 110 million. So in the next lesson, we will show you how exactly you can program some conditional formatting for those cells, these very cells from F35 to L35. Those ones, how can we program those cells so that they are going to automatically change the colors when they are above 110 million. So let's jump into the next video and we'll look at how we can be able to do the conditional formatting. We'll see you there.